that. And so if I am so focused on staying on the line, I can't fulfill my assignment. But my God is big enough to handle my fault, my strokes, grubs, my mess ups, because he's already prepared for what I might do. He knows what I'm going to do before I do it, and he already made preparation for me before I get there. What follows darkness is light. That darkness is the indicator that light is getting ready to shine. So there it is in Genesis, when darkness was upon the face of the deep, and God in the spirit form moved upon the face of the waters, and then God said, let there be. Because darkness precedes the light. Are you understanding what I'm saying? But he needs the darkness there so that God can move upon the face of the deep, so that the shift can take place. Listen, look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor that shift take place in the darkness. Oh, God, y'all didn't hear what I just said. Everybody's not going to see the shift that's happening. They see the chaos, but they don't see the shift. They see all the craziness going on in your life, but they don't understand that underneath the darkness, God is moving in secret. He's moving in quiet. He's moving in the hidden places. He's moving in the cracks and the corners and the crevices. He's moving in places that you cannot see. And when the light comes, they're going to see a new order. But untying. And so the universe then has no choice. First attribute of the secret place. The secret place is a place of revelation. It makes you free because it awakens you and makes you consciously aware that everything that you thought was holding you is an illusion. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to Emerge. We are the movement that is empowering people on their journey toward spiritual wholeness. This entire platform is designed with you in mind, designed to help you, to encourage you, to empower you, to strengthen you, to equip you with everything you need in order for you to be able to create and to curate your best life. This is not an ego trip. It's not about who's got the biggest audience. It's not a whole bunch of hubba bubba and hype. It's really simply about making sure that I give you what you need in order for you to be able to create the kind of life that you choose for yourself as you walk your unique path, your journey through matriculating through this thing that we call life. And so I am excited to be able to be a part of your journey, to be able to share with you from my own experiences, my studies, my researches, and my encounter with God, multiple encounters with God, to be able to share that information with you. Now, as I've said many times before, and I want to repeat again tonight, my experiences, my research, my encounters with God are not the end all and be all. Every person has their own unique relationship with God. And so what I've experienced, learned, researched, and understood may not always resonate with where you are, may not always align itself with the path that you happen to be walking. And that's okay. Eat, eat the, excuse me, eat the fish, spit out the bones. Take the part that applies to you, that resonates with you, that aligns with your unique journey, and then the parts that don't, set it to the side or throw it away, discard it, whatever you choose to do with it. This is not some regiment that says, I'm the only one right, this is the only path, this is the only way. No. It doesn't work like that. Every single one of us have our own unique experience and journey and path and encounter with God. God uniquely experiences and expresses itself in us, through us, and as us in its own way. And so your experience may differ greatly from mine, and mine may differ greatly from yours. But there are some universal principles, practices, and patterns that we can all adhere to and begin to apply those things to our life so that we, as masters of our destiny, can begin to function and operate in the mastery that is knowing how to use and manipulate those laws that govern the spirit world, that govern the universe, the kingdom of God, or whatever terminology you want to use. Learn how to use those laws so that they best serve us at the present moment that we are in right now, in cutting a path for us as we move forward. And so that's what I'm here to do. That's my mission, my purpose, my goal. And if you are helped, then I have succeeded. That is all that I care about. I want to make sure that I give you nuggets of truth that will help you to be the very best version of yourself that you can possibly be. And so tonight, we want to continue our conscious conversations that we have been having all this week. We began on Monday night. This is night 3. We're going to be back on tomorrow night and Friday night as well, and make it a full entire week of just conscious conversations, intense conversations, honest and naked conversations. Nothing is off limits, no holds barred. Whatever you want to discuss, whatever questions you might have, you can put it in the comments and we will address it. But we're not ducking and dodging. And if I don't know, I'm going to say I don't know. Okay? But if I don't know, there's enough of us on here that somebody's going to know. We're going to come to some conclusions and get some right answers by the collective of all of us who are here. Now, a couple of things I'd like for you to do with me. If there's about 12 of you that are on with me right now from Facebook as well as YouTube, all combined. There's a few of you that I have already started doing it, like Sister Toya, as always. But I need everyone to follow Toya's example and tag. Tag as many people as you possibly can and share this broadcast on your page and in whatever groups you may be a part of on Facebook. Share this broadcast. If you're watching it on YouTube, copy the link and share it in your group chat. Send it out to all your friends, loved ones, neighbors, everybody that you communicate with through text. Text it out to them right now and invite them to come and be a part of the conversation that we're having tonight. That's number one. Number two, I want all of you that are on right now, if you don't say anything else the rest of the night, just make a comment right now and say hello or hi or I'm here or peace, how you doing, or what up, dog, or whatever you want to say, just so we know who's in the audience, who's here with us. Just quickly do a comment, if you will, so that we'll know who's out there. I see you, Bree. I see you. And Diana, I see you. I see you. Good evening. Oh, yes, I've had a wonderful, magnificent, productive day. Thank you, Diana. Let's see who else is out here. I see you, Dee Dee. Toya, did I know there's more than just that on here, so that's why I said I need the rest of you to make comments. I see you, Juanita. I see you, Miss Betty. Hey, I'm so glad that you are on with us tonight. See you, Kiwi. I see you. I see you. Okay, come on. There's more of you that are on here, so I need to hear from the rest of you as well. I'm reaching for a towel because I'm already sweating. I'm telling you, you wouldn't even know that it's 20-some degrees up here where I'm at because I have it so warm inside the house. Man, look at here, because if anybody who knows me knows I do not like cold. So you walk into this house and it's like walking into an oven. Because, man, I'm telling you, I don't like no kinds of cold whatsoever. I don't want nothing cold but a soda. Okay, that's it. Okay. My baby sister's on here who just had a birthday on January the 31st. Serena, I see you, baby girl. I see you, Yvette. I see you, Beverly. My goodness, it's good to see you. Lord have mercy, I feel like I ain't seen you in 500 years. Good to have you on here sharing with us tonight. Thank you all. Come on, everybody, chime in real quick, and we're going to get into our conversation tonight. Looking for God in all the wrong places. Looking for God. Yes. Yes. In all the wrong places. Tag and share. That's good. Thank you. I see it. So it's good and warm where I am right now, so I need my little trusty towel so I can try and at least keep the sweat out of my eyes, and I'm not going to sit there and burn my eyes out with the sweat. You step outside that door, though, there's still snow on the ground. It is kazool. It is cold, man. I don't like no kind of cold. And yet here I am. Okay, never mind. All right. So, I chose this particular topic tonight to piggyback on where we left off on last night. I read to you something that that occurred to me, that came up in my conscious awareness through my spirit on the yesterday, and I wrote it down to make it a part of my notes in our conversation last night, and didn't get to it to the very end, and I didn't really discuss it or unpack it. I just read the statement and then I posted it afterwards. But tonight I want to read it again and really start to unpack what this means and how it relates to the subject that we have chosen tonight. Uh, Looking for God in all the wrong places. And as I thought about that particular topic, I thought about that, using that as a heading tonight. I came to that because I started thinking about how many of us, being brought up in different religious persuasions and ideologies, were taught to, seek the Lord while he may be found, call upon him while he is near, to go after God, seek God. And those were the terminologies that were used to tell us that we needed to go after, but it was always pointing to something external, something outside of ourselves. And in most cases, they really didn't even mean seek God as in the divine creator, the all of everything. They were really saying seek the pastor, seek the leader, seek the apostle, prophet, evangelist, pastor, or teacher, seek the person that is spiritually superior, and get their counsel and get their advice. And they created a climate, an atmosphere that was conducive to dependency, that you couldn't even make a move. You were afraid to make up your own mind and make your own decisions without running it through your man of God or your woman of God and getting their okay. And they were the ones to tell you, well, yes, you can do this. No, you can't do that. Yes, this is God. No, this isn't God. And so, it was really more about trying to find the answers through a human and not really seeking after God. And then also how people began to spend their time looking and trying to find God in various places, growing frustrated with the atmosphere and the shenanigans and the hoopla of the whole church world or the synagogue world or the mosque world. You got to the place where you started looking for God in other places. And so you went looking here and there, trying to find God, trying to find something that will feed your soul and that you thought would draw you into closer relationship with God. I've heard so many people even say as a New Year's resolution, this year I'm going to get closer to God. Come on, how many times have you said that? I'm just trying to get closer to God. I'm trying to find God. I'm trying to seek out God and looking for an experience, looking for God in all of the wrong places. It kind of reminded me of an experience that I had where I was walking around in the house. My kids were here, and I was asking them, "Have you seen my glasses? I'm looking for my glasses." Has anybody seen my glasses? And I was growing frustrated and panicky because I'm like, I really need my glasses. Has anybody seen them? Are you sitting on them? Until my daughter said, "Dad, you have them on." And I reached up the field and was like, "Oh, no wonder I could see so well. Oh, okay. I have them on." And it didn't occur to me. I was completely clueless and unaware of the fact that I was walking around with them already attached to my face. They were doing the work that they were designed to do, that is enhancing my sight and giving me clarity of sight. Are y'all catching this? Are you following me? They were doing exactly what they were designed to do, but I was consciously unaware of their presence on my face. So I felt that I had to go look for them. And because I was unconscious of their presence, I felt panicky and fearful and anxiety, because I'm like, I need my glasses. I hope they're not broken. I hope they're not lost. I hope that I gotta be able to find it, because I was consciously unaware of their presence, even though they were right there on my face the entire time, doing exactly what they were designed to do, and giving me clarity and giving me purity of sight and working on my behalf while I was looking for them. And it occurred to me, Lord have mercy, that is in many cases exactly what religion and culture and society and family and friends have taught us to do. And we are in the same position where we are running and looking for God here and there and over here and under there and in this church and in this revival and this conference and in this particular prophet, this apostle, this imam, this guru, this book, this television show, this camp meeting, looking for something that is already present with you, in you, through you, as you, doing exactly what it is designed to do, that is leading, guiding you, strengthening you, empowering you, but you are so unconsciously aware of its presence within you, you are convinced that you have to look for something that you already have and that is already in place. Even in the scriptures, Jesus is purported to have said that when you are seeking for the kingdom of God, don't you become anxious because men say, lo, it's here, or it's over there, or it's in this particular place. For he said the kingdom of God, the presence of God, the power of God, the principles of God, the practices and patterns of God are within you. Did you hear what I said? That the kingdom of God cometh not with observation. It's not tangible. It's not something you see with your natural eye, you taste, touch, and handle, but it is absolutely present, working in you, whether you are conscious of it or not. I'm here to tell every one of you that's listening to me on this live right now that God is present in you. I don't care if you haven't joined the church, if you weren't baptized, if you didn't speak in tongues, if you haven't tarried at an altar, if you didn't confess with your mouth and believe in your heart, God is present in you. You couldn't be you if God wasn't in you, through you, as you, working in you and through you. You wouldn't be walking, breathing, seeing, thinking, being in this three-dimensional world without the presence of God already ubiquitous inside of you, around you, under you, through you. God is in you. You are unconscious of it because others have convinced you that God is somewhere sitting on a throne where he sits high and looks low, or somewhere off in the sky and above the clouds, and you have to seek in a hurry while he may be found, and eventually he might move and shift and go somewhere else, and now you got to go looking in another place. But I'm here to tell you, if you want to find God, don't look outside of yourself. Look inward and find the all of everything. I didn't mean to get that hyped and excited. Let me calm it down. It's a conversation. Woo, woo. Y'all know I'm a passionate person. Woo. Are you hearing what I'm saying? God is in you. Let me read the statement. Craig, that I'm already started unpacking it. Haven't even read it yet. Let me read it. Let me read it. The statement was, and I wrote this down, this is what emerged from within me, from the God within, and became a part of my conscious understanding. And I wrote, it says, we spend so much of our time on earth searching for God, looking in every external place, when in fact the place we should look is internally. Did you hear what I said? Looking for God in somebody's church, somebody's revival, somebody's conference, looking for God through a prophet or apostle or pastor or a teacher, evangelist or missionary or a guru or an imam, looking for God through some type of trance, yoga, or some other type of activity that somehow it's going to lead me to God. It's either going to move me to where God is, or if I worship right, if I praise, it will make God come to where I am. It's the most idiotic and ridiculous thing, because you are walking around with the glasses on your face while you look for them. You are beckoning and summoning and pleading for God to come see about you. Show up, God. Stop thy God. Come to this place, God. Come thy here, dear Lord. When in fact, if you're there, God is there. Did you hear what I said? If you are there, then God is there. Everywhere you are, God is. And because God is omnipresent, everywhere you are not, God is. Well, in fact, there is no place that you are not, but that's a whole nother conversation. We're not going to get into that piece tonight. Hallelujah. But everywhere you are, God is. God is. And so you don't have to beckon and summon and please God and come see God and come over here, God, and stop by here, God, and Lord, please go to the prison and go to the courthouse and go to this place and go to that. And I'm sending the Spirit of God to this place. How you gonna send the omnipresence of God anywhere? How can it be sent when it is already there? Every place you are, God is. We keep looking for God in all of these different places and spaces, looking for God through all of these different venues and avenues and events, when God has been present in you, through you, and as you the entire time, from the moment of your conception until the moment of your transition and even beyond. You are in the very presence of God, and the very presence of God is in you. Let me say it again. You are in the very presence of God, and the very presence of God is in you. How does an omnipresent God go missing in any place? How can there be a place that God is not if God is omnipresent? And if there is a place that God is not, then God is not God. That's what I said. I said if there is a place that God is not God then. In order for God to be God, that is to be divine, one of the attributes of divinity is omnipresence. Every place, not just in a church, not just in the mosque, not just in the synagogue, not just in the temple, but God in the grocery store, God in the juke joint, God in the crack house, God on the street corner, God, are y'all hearing what I'm saying? In the cancer ward, God is in every place because God is in everything. Woo! I said God is in every place because God is in everything. God is the all of everything, and everything is God. So away with some of these colloquialisms, religious colloquialisms. God ain't in that. There is nothing God is not in. Nothing. I'll say it again. There is nothing God is not in. There are things that men have decided that they have judged that God is not in, but if it exists, then it exists because God is in it. If God is not in it, then it wouldn't exist. Are you hearing me? It is the all of everything, and by it the world consists. That is, it holds all things together. The all and all in all. Are you hearing what I'm saying? God is the all in all. Yes. Yes. So you can't ever say truthfully, well, God ain't in that. God ain't in this, and God ain't it, and God don't have no parts of that, and God don't deal with, and God got, nope. The ubiquitous God is in everything and every place all the time, perpetually, eternally, infinitely, never ceasing. Do you understand what I'm saying? Are you understanding what I'm saying? So then, ladies and gentlemen, if the task is not to try and find God, to look for God externally, to look for God in other places, people, places, and things, then I am redirected to discover that the glasses have always been on my face, that God has always been present in me, through me, and as me, and so I look inward into my conscious and unconscious mind, into my soul and interior senses, into my innermost being, my spirit, and there I discover the divinity that created all the universe that was, is, and is to come. I discover that divinity, the all-knowing, all-powerful, ever-present, always active and creating essence of all that is, reverberating inside of me. And I discover that there is no delineation, that there is no separation between it and I. I am it, and it is me. Woo! And when you come upon this discovery, I know I'm helping some people tonight. I was about to say, I hope I'm helping somebody, but I know I'm helping some people tonight. Because when you discover this, when you can wrap your mind around your oneness with the all of everything, then it immediately removes all limitations. You began to understand the illusionary nature of all the things that were barriers, that were confining, constraining, and limiting in your life. You understand that they really don't exist. They were all imaginary. They were all an illusion, a delusion that I had assented to and subjected myself to it, binding myself with chains that don't exist, locking myself in a cage without bars. Woo! Are you hearing what I'm saying? This is what is meant when the author says, I can do all things through the Christ. That anointing, that power, that essence, that being, that energy, that force that strengthens me when I become consciously aware of my oneness with that power, spirit, strength, energy, force, dynamic, whatever terminology you want to use. When you understand your oneness with it, it removes all limitations. It removes all of the imaginary chains and fetters and bindings that you have subjected yourself to for years, because now you understand that I am that I am. Oh, I am all and in all, and all is in me. Huh? That I am the master, the creator, the progenitor, because I am the unique divine expression of God in its image and likeness in three-dimensional form. Are you understand, man? Are y'all understanding what I'm saying? Is it resonating with you? Are you catching what I'm throwing out there? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Can you feel me with both hands? Yes. I'm trying to look at the comments real quick. Inside me there, I discover, yes. She says, inside me, there I discover the divinity that created the universe. I am it, and it is me. We are one with no limitations and no delineations. Whoa! Yes. 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 That's it. That's it. Every religious expression has as a part of its core principles this delusion and illusion of separation, to keep you blinded to the fact that the glasses are on your face, to keep you searching for what you already have. Lord have mercy. Even in the beginning of the Christian Bible, in the whole Genesis allegory narrative, that is the creation narrative that is expressed there in that particular story, the serpent who many have supposed to be Satan, this imaginary being called Satan, Lucifer, or the devil. Not so. We've had that conversation before, but I won't get into that tonight. But what I want to draw your attention to is that the serpent, it beguiles Eve by promising something that she already has. Lord have mercy. Because it says, did God really say don't eat of that tree? Well, maybe he don't want you to eat of the tree because he knows that the day you eat of it, you will become like God. Become like God? They were already created in the image and likeness of God. They were already God in three-dimensional form. But it promised them something that they already had, causing them to question their existence as a divine being. And so there they were, looking for their glasses that were sitting on their face. How many of you have been convinced that God is somehow separated from you, that your sin or your abomination has caused a gulf to be between you and the God of creation, the all of everything, and now you are chasing like a dog chasing its tail, trying to catch something that you already have? Woo! Bring it down, Miles. Come down about 100 notches. Ooh, I'm so passionate about it because I know that there's so many of you that have been drawn into that deception, walking in that era, running around in circles, jumping through hoops, trying to keep a whole bunch of man-made, regimented rules, regulations, legalisms, and dogmas, all in hopes that you might ascertain, apprehend something that you already have. Are you hearing me? And you become so lost in the delusion that you are even completely oblivious to the contradictions. Oblivious. Where on one hand they say, by grace are you saved, not of works, lest any man should boast. And then on the very next hand it says, but you got to make sure you do this and don't let him catch you with your work undone, because otherwise you're going to be lost. Well, which is it? Am I saved by grace that despite my works, or am I saved by the works? The delusion is so fixated, so entrenched, that you ignore the contradictions right in front of your face because you have been somehow convinced that God exists somewhere externally outside of you. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Yes? Hold on, I just dropped my glasses, and I do need those. Got them. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Are you hearing what I'm saying? And so you find yourself looking for God in all the wrong places. And while you might discover and stumble upon and experience an expression of God through this one, that one, this thing or that, you are missing the greatest expression and experience of God by not looking inward. Because you were told that you were born wrong, something wrong with you, you're filthy and dirty and nasty and in the muck and the mire. You're the filthy sinner saved by grace. So clearly God can't be in you. Huh? But I'm here to tell you it's a lie. It is a toxic, disempowering lie. God is in you. Always has been. Always will be. Because God and you are one. I said it. God, and without there being the presence of God, there is no you. There is no you. There is no us. There is no world. There is no anything. But God strategically created all of this so that the all of everything, could experience itself. Because without all of this and all of us, then the all of everything, the all that is not. It would know itself consciously, conceptually, but experientially, it would not. Because it is all that there is. So in order for all that there is to experience itself as being all, it had to create all of this and all of us so it could experience itself as the all of everything. Oh, man, did y'all catch what I just said? Did you catch what I just said? If not, please tell me in the comments so I can go back over it and I can repeat it again, because I know that might be a little bit hard to grasp. That for all that is, yes, hold on. For so long I thought, hold on, let me read this up here. For so long I thought the expression was it, but thank God for the truth that we are privileged to receive from you. Oh, bless your heart. I was stuck in the expression and not only in God and not truly in God, looking everywhere to find what was in me all the time. So many of us can attest to that. Well, all that, but before there was any of this in any of us, there was God. It was the all of everything, but there was no thing for it to be the all of. So that which was not. It only was conceptually, but was not experientially. So in order for the all of everything to know itself experientially, it had to create expressions of and experiences of itself not outside of itself, through itself, so that it could experience itself uniquely in form. So the word, the logos, the thought, the idea, the conceptual, became flesh. So that the all of everything could experience itself in three-dimensional form. Are y'all hearing me? Bree says that we were never taught to look inwardly. I used to be like you. You mean to tell me God created a creation that was incapable of unique expression? You better not ask that in church. They're going to put you out. Oh my goodness. Exactly. When you slow it down, back it away long enough to begin to ask the logical questions, you began to recognize that many of the concepts that we were taught through synagogue, through Sunday school, through catechism, through all of these other mechanisms, through various religions, were flawed. Some of them intentionally so. Some of them innocently, just ignorantly so. But they were flawed because they were spooky and not spiritual. Ooh, please, don't be spooky, be spiritual. There's nothing spiritual about being spooky. You don't have to be spooky. Just be spiritual. Mystifying. Ooh, so God works in mysterious ways, it's wonders to perform. Ooh. Okay? No. But you ask the correct questions and you begin to discover, looking within, you discover that divinity that has always been right there inside of you. So let me finish the statement so I can get to the other side and unpack that. We unpack the first part. We spend so much of our time on earth searching for God, looking in every external place, when in fact, the place we should look is internally. Here's the second part. You aren't looking for God as much as you are presenting God. You, as a unique divine expression of God, you bring a unique expression and experience of God to every situation. To every situation, every circumstance, every relationship you encounter, you represent God. Because everywhere you are, God is. You are the divine, unique expression of God. So every time you show up in any place, you represent God in that place. You are representing God. Why representing? Because you are a unique expression. I present God in one way, you present God in another way, depending upon your experience and your personality and your environment and your culture and your background. All this. You present God in one way, I present Him in another way. Another person presents God in this way, another presents Him that way. Each one of us in every place and in every circumstance, situation, and relationship that we encounter, we represent God uniquely. Are you understanding what I'm saying? On your job, with your family, in your marriage, in your relationships, in your friendships, in your challenges, in the grocery store, at the gas station, at the game, on social media. In every place you are present, you represent God in a unique fashion. And it's all good because it's all God. There is no good or bad. There is no measuring stick that this is better than the other. That it is all God, but a unique representation of God. In every place. And when you become consciously aware of who you are and what you are doing, then it makes you more strategic and intentional about how you represent God in every place and in everything. If you begin to consciously think of yourself as representing God in every conversation you have, in every word that you speak, in every place that you go, in every relationship that you have, are you understanding me? In every encounter, then you become more circumspect, that is, careful, mindful, strategic, intentional, and deliberate about the choices that you make and the experiences that you create. Because you're representing God. Especially for those of you who are consciously aware of your own divinity. You are the light of the world. So a city sitting on a hill cannot be hid. You are that light. You represent God by you. Your light shows up with you, and you show up either authentically or as a counterfeit, depending upon what you choose to do. Are you understanding what I'm saying? How are you representing God? And again, please, no judgment. There is no right or wrong way. What way best serves you? What way best expresses who you are? Because that's what this whole lived experience is about. It's about you rediscovering your divineness, your divinity, so that you can discover who you really are and who you choose to be in this iteration of your life. Who are you choosing to be? What are you choosing to represent, to express, to experience, to portray, to display? What are you choosing to be in this moment? Are you understanding what I'm saying? Oh, that's good right there. I just caught a glimpse of this comment. Hold on, let me put it up. We were taught to believe in God, but was not taught to believe God in ourselves, that is within. Man, make it make sense. It's the truth. We were taught to believe in this external God that's sitting on a cloud on a throne somewhere, but not taught to believe in the God in ourselves. And so we think that we are representing ourselves, when in fact we are representing God as ourselves. Let me say that again. That one right there, that went right by some of you. I said you think that you are just representing or representing yourself, but in fact you are representing God as you. You are representing God. That's right. You are representing God in every conversation, in every action, in every choice, in every decision, in every relationship, in every encounter, in every connection. You are representing God as you, because you are that unique expression of God. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Yes, Jamie. You are. We are all representing God. She put up, I am representing or representing God. We all are. In the secret places, in the public places. On social media, that's right, on Facebook and on Twitter and Snapchat and whatever other sites you might be on. Black Planet, does Black Planet even exist anymore? Tell you how old I am. Black Planet, MySpace. Lord have mercy. You are representing God as you. On Plenty of Fish, Cupid.com. Come on. On Bumble, on Grindr, on Tinder. You are representing God as you. Well, look at God. Oh, that was good. Yes, sir. Come on. Go back and go through all your social media posts. And just as you're going through that, well, would you look at God? Look at God. Did you look what God said? Look what God posted. Look how God is acting. Look at God. Are you hearing me? Yes. Yes. Right, Toya. Toya say, my. My, indeed. Are you hearing me? Ooh, I'm so glad you said that. Bree says, oh Lord, the God in me be acting wrong sometimes. There is no wrong. There is no right or wrong. No judgment. Remember, God doesn't have a preference. God does not care what you do. God simply observes. You create. Ooh, wait, I wrote something. Where's my book? Words to Live By, Volume 2. Let me see if I can find it. I know what it says, but I want to make sure I get it verbatim. I got to find it. Here it is. I wrote this. We live in the matrix of our own creation. The rules are whatever we say they are. This lived experience is one of the greatest projects you'll ever have. So be intentional and create magic. Man, if you don't have this book, you really need to order it. You need to go ahead and get this book. This is chock full of really good quotes, memorable quotes and principles that you can live by. But check out that first part. We live in the matrix of our own creation. The rules are exactly whatever we say they are. You making up the rules as you go along. And God simply observes as you decide what you want your lived experience to be. How you're going to navigate through this three-dimensional experience. Because God is simply interested in having the experience, that unique experience for itself, of itself, as you. So it allows us to apply our own will and make choices and decisions that best serve who we are, who we choose to be in the moment. You live in the matrix of your own creation. So the rules are whatever you say they are. What serves you, what works for you, may not work for someone else. But in every one of them, your choices and mine, God is present. And we represent God again and again and again and again and again in every conversation, in every experience, in every situation, in every circumstance. I was talking myself up on my way here to do this live and saying, okay, 45 minutes, that's all. And it's been an hour. I get so hyped up, man. I'm telling you, I lose track of the time real quick. Oh my goodness. So tonight I want you to stop looking for God in all the wrong places and start looking inward, and you will find God divinely living, expressing, moving. For in God we live and move and have our very being. Look inward and find the divinity that you've been searching for. You'll realize that the glasses have been on your face the whole time. All right. Thank you for joining me tonight. I'll be back on tomorrow night at 7:30, same time in this place. And we will have another conscious conversation, an empowerment session. And we're going to get into some things that are going to really uplift you and empower you and strengthen you and encourage you on tomorrow night at 7:30. So go ahead and make it your business to be here with us tomorrow night. Go ahead and set your clock or your alarm or put an alert on your phone to remind you. And if you haven't signed up for the free text notifications yet, go ahead and sign up for that. It's scrolling at the bottom of your screen. If you want to be able to receive a text notification of when we're getting ready to come on the air, all you have to do is text the word emerge to 833-444-0163. Doesn't cost you a nickel or a dime or a penny. You will just be immediately enrolled in our free text notification, and you'll always get a text just prior to us getting ready to come on the air. So you'll always be able to participate in these conversations. It'll be your alert. So go ahead and use that information. I'm going to leave it scrolling at the bottom of the screen right now. Tonight, if you would like to sow, you want to give as an expression of your love, your appreciation for the teaching, for these conversations, for this empowerment session, I am grateful and I encourage you to give. Thank you for those of you who have been giving. Some of you have sent in offerings and sent in seed, and some of you have sent your tithe, and I really appreciate you. I want you to know that I appreciate your generosity. Those of you who would like to give, I still haven't fixed the sign yet, but ignore the PayPal. We're no longer using PayPal, but you can still use our Cashapp or Zelle in order to present your gift. If you want to give your tithe, or you want to sow a seed, or you just want to give a gift of appreciation and thanks or support, then simply use Emerge LEC. for our Cash App, and then for Zelle, ijmiles38@gmail.com. I greatly appreciate your generosity. I appreciate your support. Thank you, each and every one of you. All right, I'm looking forward to seeing you on tomorrow night. Bring some people with you. Let's see if we can run the numbers up even larger than what we've had on for these last couple of nights. And we're going to get into something even more intense on tomorrow night. If you're signed up for the free text notification, you'll even know what the topic's going to be before we get here. So you should sign up for it, because they always get a heads up about what we're going to be discussing before we actually come on the air. But tomorrow's going to be really, really good. I'm excited about sharing with you and having a good fellowship with each and every one of you. All right, have an absolute. I forgot to mention, and I'm sure all of you already might have read the post on my page. Today was 2/2/22. All those twos, and you understood what those twos represent. I put it on my page. If you don't know, go and look on my page, and you can read it there. But I'd like you to go on that post and tell me about your experience today. Tell me about what's happened in your life today, or what occurred, or what you became consciously aware of, or what your intentions were and how you fulfilled them. Go on that post and just share a little bit of your testimony about today. What a powerful, energetic day it has been. 2/2/22. Now, heads up. That this doesn't happen very often, but we're going to have this a double whammy in this month, because on the 22nd, it will be 2/22/2022. And watch this, 2/22/2022 is on Tuesday. You can't beat that. Yes, on Tuesday. It is a Tuesday. 2/22/2022. So I'll share more about that when that particular day comes. But please go over to that post and share your experiences with me. I appreciate each and every one of you. Have an absolutely wonderful night, and I'll see you again on tomorrow night. Good night. I love every one of you.